The after show, always do a mic check to make sure that we are live. Thank you so much for joining me. It's going to be a good one. This is the recap show. All right, so not the after show, it's the recap show. And we're going to recap everything that happened here today. So let's quickly go over to our topic. How do we get our topic board up? Right there. Hey, Neil, how's it going? Good to see you one more time. Glad that you are still with us. There it is right there. So it is going to be the sector recap. Welcome again. Thank you so much for joining. Unfortunately, I'm not able to log into my trading account over here. So some of those trade reviews, we'll just do them manually, which is going to be all good. Right now, let's go over to our sector recap. In what was a pretty good day, little volatile at the end, obviously, with the Qs making that move to the downside. But we'll just go ahead and see what was up versus what was down. Shout out to everybody. Oh, the stream deck's probably not up over. Oh, it is up over here. So let's go bang right there. Because today, UNG, man, the United States Gas Fund right now, making that move to the upside again, up 2.1%. Look, this is kind of just back and forth. Doesn't really move too much back there. And on Friday, we actually had Michael Noss on, and we talked all about SLV and GLD. Both of those names, as you can see, up today as well. Silver getting off that $20 bottom. Hopefully it can get little bit even further than that as we continue to go. Oil continues its march higher as well, with OIH up 0.5% today and continuing to go. And wow, what a dangerous morning it was as we flip this over for the semis, right? The SMH. Check this out on a 5-minute. It started, I mean, look, first of all, this was the morning, it started to head to the downside. We got a huge flush from NVIDIA, and then once that bottom, this is a 5-minute chart, maybe it looks better on a 1-minute so we can see exactly how dramatic that early move was there. Zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. Right here, boom, all the way to the downside before the market just opened. Then we had a nice move back up. And as SMH goes, man, I think the market goes. The semis were one of the very first sectors to start going back in the new year, January, February, March. Started to get going, as you can see right here. That's September, but as we go through the daily charts, and we'll zoom this back out, it really got going, right? So SMH back here, this is March. Huge move from 48 bucks all the way to 150. Forget about trading NVIDIA and things like that. Look at the SMH heading that high and then making that a high again on NVIDIA earnings. And since then, we're just making new lows right now, trying to take out this 140. Watch out for SMH getting pretty spicy right there as we go. All right, so what was on the downside? It's still the same things, man. TAN continuing to make new lows. Look at this name. We brought this up with a couple traders on our show before as well. Down to support. When support breaks, you look out below and see what happens on TAN as this continues to go. And just for those of you looking for some Stitch Fix action, let's go. As Brendan's sort of laughing here, I don't see anything hitting right now on Stitch Fix. If anything does show up, it will show up in this little area here, giving us some movements in the post-market. Thank you, and a big shout out to Trade Ideas. But I'm here. This is Benzinga Pro. So again, another sponsor for us with Benzinga Pro now on board. Uh-oh, the death clock is up right there. Make sure you scan that QR code below for Day Trade the World. Get your day trading journey started right now. So nothing for Stitch Fix as of yet, and when that does pop in, we'll find out. KRE, the regional banks, man. We haven't been talking about this for a minute, so let's have a quick little look. Again, trying to take out the 50 period, 45 and change. Not really happening. $50 right there, the high for KRE. Let's just quickly do this real quick. I know I have it at the bottom, but if I don't do it now, then I may forget. Oh, fan funding, look at this. That's pretty cool. We have another fan funding page. Welcome Derek Thompson in the building right now. All right, live chat, let me see who's here. We actually had a great live chat on Friday where we shouted out Bears versus Bulls. So let's do that again right now. Thank you, Bears versus Bulls, for being here. Who else is here? Matt's always here. Crisp RX. Natalia's always here. Hey, I saw you say that you thought I was 27. So kind of you. A couple years off on that one. Jameson is here. What's up, Jameson? What's up to Crypto Blogger, Alex Davis, Streamlabs, Dewey. What's up to Chimps? What's up to Dees? Happy birthday month. Thank you so much. Shout out to all my Virgos out there. Hope everyone's enjoying it as well. Andrew, hey, I'm excited for tonight, man. We've got a double header in the NFL. I should have put on the board there NFL talk at the end of the show. What's up to Mud is here as well. Eric, everybody's here. So, all right, just a quick little check on. Make sure people are alive and joining us here. Shout out. Make sure you join us every single day. All right, look at the Qs, man. What goes up must come down. The triple Qs today, a zero here on the change as we're right now 0.02 and just a flat day. We talked about this with FOMC coming Wednesday afternoon. We're just now hours away. You can start the official countdown now for the triple Qs and for Fed Watch coming. And hey, let's just do this together. If anybody wants to know, you just type in here CME Fed rate tool. You go into here and we can go check this out right now live. I'm going to tell you, come over to my screen because we just did this and I don't think anybody saw. Fed rate tool, you can go find it yourself. There it is right now. It's a Wayne Gretzky kind of a number coming through on Wednesday. It's a 99% chance that we are going to stay put on that rate. And you go over to November, and again, 69% chance that we stay put with a 30% raise. So for me, I want to hear some dovish talk rather than hawkish. But hey, if he starts throwing, and Jerome Powell starts throwing cold water on this market, I think he's going to point to, again, surprise, surprise, the oil sector. So today we had OIH up, we had USO up as well, and oil right now taking out $92 a barrel. This is of course OIH, which we've seen it make, or USO, we've seen it just stair step up, man. You have like 3 or 4 negative days in the last 2 weeks. So I mean, oil right now definitely affecting a lot of these consumers at the pump. So let's wait to see what exactly happens. Stitch Fix is out. You know, hit the, I don't know if anybody's even in this name still, but here's Stitch Fix right now. Never good when you see a word misses right now. So there's Stitch Fix right now. Quarterly loss of 24 cents, looking for a loss of just 21, but it looks like they got a nice analyst beat here on revenue, so that's okay. 63% chance or beat of losses last year. Right now, it looks like sales a little bit higher as well. So let's check the temperature of the stock though. Here it is right now on a 1-minute chart. We do have post-market reactions in here as well. So there it is, all the way down to 290. If we're gonna look at a daily chart for Stitch Fix, let's just do that real quick because we always wanna try to find some levels that we like. So again, what is the short float on this name for Stitch Fix? Let's just bring this over right here, 12. We talked about that live on the show. 12% short float for Stitch Fix. Let's see if it can bounce. That's not huge, but we saw a firm take out levels on not a great report. So right there, 275. I'm not gonna say this that we're expecting $6 or anything like that, but this 550 break right there at some point is probably going to be pretty good for Stitch Fix. And I talk about this because AFRM, we had their report. We talked about this with Daniel Shea. Again, a decent short amount, right? 20% or so, I believe it was at the time. Look what happened. No, they did not report. Look what happened when they took out 20. They reported down here. Okay, it was at $14 when we talked about this trade. Took out 20 and blasted to the high side. So for me, Stitch Fix, similar beat up name here. I don't mind the business. Again, you're gonna get a stylist coming through, styling stuff for you. Maybe I need that as well, but Stitch Fix, nice move to the downside here today. Hitting that 285, right? Putting you right back in there. Wow. I just said 285 and didn't even know it. That's 282 going all the way back to May bottoms. And look at the bottom here today. Basically right on the knot there, 285. So that's Stitch Fix. Not too many earnings to talk about it right there. So that's earnings. We can go to the next topic. And then just like that, we're going to go to the next topic. It's breaking news. I don't have the Instacart filing yet, but we are waiting for pricing. So when I see anything come through for Instacart, we'll try to bring that to your attention. And if anybody's here in the chat, please do that as well for me on Instacart. If you ever see some pricing on that one, we'll have it to you ASAP. So this looks ridiculous because this is a daily chart, so we're not going to do that with a firm. Let's go over a 10-minute chart. So we saw a firm come to market last Wednesday or Thursday when we came to market. So here it is right now coming through. See if I can zoom back out a little bit here on this name. That's zoom in the other way, the other way, the other way. Here it comes out. We still don't have it. Let me go over to a 60-minute chart. That's not going to be good. I don't know why we don't have it for a firm the IPO day because it was over here at 56. So let's just have a quick look at what we've been doing on a firm lately, right? So we want to talk about some trades. The thing about a firm is this, or sorry, ARM, Affirm. I did this on the show, right? We're just missing an F. ARM right now. ARM, of course, coming through the IPO. Let's just go to a 10-minute chart. Maybe we can have a little bit of a better look on this. So we hit 70. It comes out at 56, right? So, and again, I don't know why I can't get a better picture of this chart because it does zoom back in on this. So it's not zooming for me, but comes out at 56. We take that hero long. That was a great trade. But let's just review it over the last couple days, all right? We were short off this 65 level. So let it make its move up. This was Friday morning. Okay, nice move up into $68. When it came back down, we definitely shorted this 65, and the rest was history, back down into 60. So what we actually look for today on ARM was another level, right? And our sticky note had this trade. We wanted to look at 58 or 56. Why 56? Again, the IPO price. And we bounced off 55 right there. Unfortunately, my trades aren't showing up for the day trade here today, but we traded this a lot, and it was my #1 name. So what were we looking at? Let's go to a 1-minute chart because that's really what we use here. So again, here's the pre-market, right? And here's 58. So we were waiting to see if anything popped up higher. We have a 200 period moving average right now. We were using that pretty much all day. So when ARM went to the downside, and Neil mentioned this as well. I know it was a red stock for him today. He talked about that. But for me, it was my #1 stock, and that's because we actually missed this early breakdown, which sucked, because if we had this break of 58, and again, we could follow it. I mean, I have it up on my sticky note, but I don't want to just talk about Sticky Note Nation all the time, right? And so as we go, well, hey, since we are here, let's do it anyways. And again, I just want to talk about this because we put the sticky note out every single day. And part of the reason why is because we're looking for key levels, right? And so here it is right here. We talked about ARM, 58, like I wrote this down at 7:30, between 7:30 and 8 is when I sort of start to look at some key levels. And we are looking at ARM 58, right? You can see when this got sent out today. ARM 58 also mentioned on here. That's AMD, that's ARM, waiting for a good entry near the IPO price. Watch out for a 56 short. But then as 58 was developing, we wrote it down right here. So 58 short sell on ARM. So again, part of it is preparation, looking for some of these key levels. And again, in the pre-market, look, here's 58, right? Holding, holding, holding. Nice move up. So when it took that right away off the open, that's a fail because we should have been short. Now, unfortunately, my system's crashed over here, so I'm not going to be able to show you my trades. We waited, and we waited pretty patiently till it came back up. And then when it came back up, we'll see if we can zooming today on this. Again, I don't even know what is happening right now, so I'm just going to have to refresh this. You don't have to keep going off the screen, by the way, because this just is what it is. So let's switch to a 2-minute. Then I'm going to get back over to a 1-minute quickly. So again, what we wound up doing here on ARM was shorting that last back into 58. Then when it kind of collapsed back, we got some outs at 56s. We re-engaged the short again at 58. Nice move back down. And then we actually hit it at the end of the day as well. When we didn't even realize that we had that on when it came back up to 58 and started clearing it out back to 57. The story of ARM is very, very simple. Trade off key levels until they're broken. We're going to be looking at $58 again for ARM. So that was sort of a good little talk there because we want to talk about an IPO. When Instacart comes out, that's going to be something that we are definitely looking for. Instacart IPO. We will be hitting that with aggression because we hit the nice trade early on ARM that day of IPO. So again, thank you so much for hanging out with me here in the recap show. We've gone over the markets. We talked about what's moving. And unfortunately right now in the aftermarket, we're not really getting too much movements in anything. So here's the trade ideas scanner that we have set up for you guys again. Anything moving here, and it's not even showing Stitch Fix. So as SFIX continues to come out with their numbers, look, you're right back to 330 right now on Stitch Fix and not doing a heck of a lot. Nice move down into that bottom of 285, as you can see right there. And again, that 285 going back to the daily chart for SFIX Stitch Fix right there. Not a bad report. They did miss by 4 or 5 cents there, hitting minus 24 versus minus 21. So 3 cent miss there for Stitch Fix, bringing that stock back in. But okay, so we wait for Fed. We have some interesting plays going to happen on that one. But let's check out what's exciting me right now is really the XLE trade. So as we continue to talk about what's happened with oil, I'm looking at this from a daily chart and saying to myself at some point, and I actually liked what Neil said today, and that is that if I still like the energy sector, there's a couple ways of playing this. You could sell your profits in XLE, which It's been a decent run. There's no doubt about that. I'm going to take a sip of water. Nice move to the upside there for XLE, but wondering if we flip over to something that we know has a good dividend in it, right? So when I think about that, I instantly think about Chevron. So we can find out what the Chevron yield is over here. Go over to CVX and see if we can find out what the yield is on that name. But still, nice move up. And as you can see, Chevron with a monster buyback behind them. I think it's 75 billion. Huge buyback into the company, putting equity back into our pockets by buying their own shares. But again, do you really want to switch over from XLE that's breaking out and looking great into a name like Chevron just for the yield that's kind of hovering? No, I mean, it's near its highs, but it still has a lot of work to do before we get back to the upside. So switching from XLE into Chevron might not be worth it. But what about an Oxy? Here, you're not going to capture the dividend yield because it's not a huge one, but you may capture some more run in the name. As Occidental, again, we know that Warren Buffett likes this name, although it's under 1% of his total holdings, but I believe his holding in the company is in the 20 percentile, so we do know that there is someone here that's going to hold and hopefully not sell in our face this stock, so I actually like maybe a rotation back into Occidental because look at this, man, you are breaking here. This goes back to January, February highs right now of 68 bucks. So if Oxy could take that out, I really think that sparks this name back into here into 74, $75. So Occidental, another name on my mind. All right, let's go over to the next topic right now. And this is, again, something that I want to talk about because we did tweet this out. All right, and we had some talk over the weekend, of course. There was some moves into India, maybe some talks for Disney. There's been some highlights from Bob Iger looking to sell off ABC. And of course, there was some news today also about Ron DeSantis and what's happening in Florida there. So there's politics behind it. There's also the Screen Guild, SGA, Screen Guilders Actors. Screen Actors Guild, SAG, that's what it's SAG. So we're looking at them, plus the writers coming through. Everything not working in Disney's favor. So let's just look at a screenshot here of Disney and look at this bottom. We've talked about this bottom of $80, right? And so it's hit off that, and it's made its way all the way back to the 50-period moving average. Now, whether or not you like Disney or not, it's going to be up to you, but it's been some good trading opportunities. And the reason why I talk about all that negative sentiment is because sometimes there's an opportunity for them to turn themselves around. So we are awaiting Instacart pricing, just for anybody that's looking at that. I still have the screen up on Benzinga. I just see it on another channel. As soon as I have it, we will get it to you. I expect it to price above its range, just like we had the range of $50 to $51, I believe it was, for, it was 48 to 50. We got a higher price for ARM at 51. We'll wait to see what Instacart does. But for today on Disney, so at some point, things are going to turn around. Or maybe they're not. But you play that bump into the 50-period moving average. So what did we do here today? And again, I don't have the ticks here because our platform's down, but what I do have is the trade that I made today on Disney. Now again, we let this thing settle down. When it made this move back to the upside right here, and we don't have VWAP on here, I'm gonna have to turn it on. I don't know why it's not, we'll put it on in a minute. But we were shorting into this area, giving ourselves this break of 60 cents. So when Disney came back to the upside and the market was pushing lower, we actually noticed that the S&P 500, and you're going to see it right here, look, S&P 500 today green, right here, green, up 0.1. Look at Disney, down 0.67. So we actually thought that Disney bumping its head into the 50 period on the daily, we wanted to look short on Disney. So we actually started putting the short on right into here on Disney. And then when it sort of, Neil had a good joke because I tweeted out right here that we wanted Disney to wake up and start to give us some of those shorts. So the short for me started, there's Tesla short, there's Disney short, so it's right into here. As you can see, we started tweeting about this about 1 o'clock or so when we started really shorting, and this is what I can't get on our platform, but you could see right now, a couple good shorts into that level. That's 85.50, as you could see, right? Some covers that VWAP, but then we were like, hey, guys, when is Disney going to wake up? We put a little Z up there, and I said, I guess it woke up, no pun intended, but then Neil found that, and it woke up to the downside, started breaking lower. So this for me today was actually a banger of a trade because we just believed in the name to the short side. And when the S&P finally caught up with it, then it started to make that move down, creating Disney to be, I think it was our third best name today. Number 1 was ARM. I'm going to say our number 2 is Apple, but we sort of bled some off at the end there. And then our number 3 trade, probably Disney. And we had a great trade on Tesla late. And there's one more that I'm missing that was a good opportunity. But there it is, a nice move downside there. I don't know why there's no data available right. Oh, it's because it's for USO, but it's a nice move down on Disney. Watch out for 85. And if we can call up a little bit of a longer time frame, let's go over to 15 minutes. Generally, I like 20. But look at this. You're starting to break lower again, right? This 85 break, if we come in tomorrow and we broke through 85, we'll see if we can play off 84.80 and make this move back down into some of this next support, which is not until $83. So Disney's had its day on a daily chart. I just worry about the push back down for Disney heading into what's going to be a little bit of a rough, I think, end of September with Fed coming out. And you saw the push down today, but then the NASDAQ regained strength, ending at zeros. We'll see if the NASDAQ can hold some of these bids heading into Fed Wednesday afternoon. I don't want to say tomorrow's going to be a nothing day, but we'll see. Maybe we have to trade some oil and some more aggressive names, which apparently is not going to be Stitch Fix. So, all right, with only a few more minutes left, again, thank you so much for joining. If you can hit the like and the subscribe, that would be a big help. Here's the show right now. See, for some reason, again, I don't have any data here. Maybe if I refresh this, we'll be able to see the amount of likes that are here right now. What is the amount of likes right now on the show? There it is, 207. We didn't even hit it ourselves. Hit the like button right now. Let's get this up, and let's do a little bit of a roll call right now, because we are into that time as we're getting later on in the show. And I'm not going to miss fan funding. Shout out to Bears vs. Bulls, who has sent me that as well. Okay, here it is right now. Who's still part of this as we're getting closer and closer? Thank you so much. The show, again, without me being able to log in, we're going to do a better job of getting that prepared for you. Sometimes the system works and sometimes it doesn't. But a big shout out to everybody that's still here. Square, is Square moving? I'm looking for anything that's moving right now. Yes, so Square, wow. How did we miss this today? A shout out to whoever that was in the chat, man. You are him, whoever you are right there. What's up to Chris W, man? Shout out Miguel, shout out to Jorge, Natalia, everybody's still here. I want to be a caller, a shot baller, a 20-inch. Yeah, there's lots of that floating around right now as well. Ottawa, Disney short. I believe in the Disney short as well. We've been averaging into the long. Let's see what happens at $80 break. But yeah, Square. All right, so it's block. Unusual options activity I'm seeing here on Benzinga. We'll see what else happens into blockchain. Oh, maybe BTC is heading to the downside, but we'll see. Yeah, there goes Square. And Square on the daily, yuck, man. What a monster move back to $80. I really like that move. I actually own some of these shares right now, so I'm not in panic mode, but wow. Square breaking down through 50. Yeah, let's go tomorrow, man. As we're thinking about what to do, you could see that tomorrow for Square, probably a downside push through $50. If Square opens up below 50, man, it is a new trade idea. So let's go bang. And thank you to you for bringing that up to our attention, because Square, I think there's a good downside move there if it does hold 50 or if it does not hold 50. Quick check on the heartbeat of PayPal then, because we saw PayPal today with a downgrade, and yeah, there it is. Look at that, bouncing off the 50-period moving average there of 65, now making a move back in. I really like it. For anybody that's here trading swing trades, watch out for 50 periods, because look at this. This is on a daily chart, comes back in, hits it, bang, down to the downside, hits it again, possibly downside, and there's the 200-period moving average. Boom, boom, boom. That's working like a charm as well on PayPal. So some nice downside moves coming through on that one. All right, let's go over to fan funding real quick right now before we miss it. Thank you so much. I mean, we don't have a show without the fans, right? And it's not, I know it's called fan funding, but it's just other traders, right? Thank you so much for watching the show. As you sit here, hopefully Neil, myself, Sharif, Obi, all of us, anybody who's on the show, Max, Adam, maybe forgetting guys, Yannick, anybody that's here, man, thank you so much for all the support of everybody on the show. Super chats, Hayes Records, Ramona, Edwin, all today, thank you so much. And the new members, Chris Bix, although been a member for a while, I feel like, Mike and Derek, and again, all helping us to provide a bigger and better show for everybody. And also, we welcome anybody to come in and ring the closing bell with us every single day. If you want, come through, man. Marketing at tradertv.live will get you through the door, at least, I think, anyways. And then we'll see from there. So look, I'm really excited about continuously doing this recap show. Tomorrow we're gonna have Brian Shannon on, who we can talk all about anchored VWAP. And anchored VWAP is one of those ideas where if you haven't looked it up, man, Brian Shannon, again, a big part of what I've learned about VWAP, and I know he's been trading, I don't know if he's been trading as long as me, but definitely in that area. And of course, now that I'm looking to search him up on YouTube, just get ready to go, because he's been a big guest on our show before, and it was really, really well liked. It's at Alpha Trends. So again, Brian Shannon posts a lot. This is a good book, man. We've been reading it. I'm not here to pump it. He'll probably talk about that tomorrow. But nothing is going to happen with the market until CPI is released this week. Nothing is going to happen until after the Fed. So it's kind of funny. I actually want to talk to him about that, because as a CMT, right, what you're waiting for are price levels to hit, not necessarily actionable events in the market. This is what we learned from Michael Noss, and these guys are friends. I'm going to talk to Brian about that tomorrow. And again, his idea is you anchor the VWAP. See, like this is it down here. I didn't read what he's talking about, but you anchor the VWAP to, see, he's got it down there, to an important move, right? So what you want to do is like right down there. So you anchor it to the bottom of the day, you know, or you get that all figured out and you anchor your VWAP, so you stick it towards a key part, not just market open or the last 50 periods. So we're going to talk to him about that. Let's check out who else is reporting this week. As you can see, it's going to be a good week, man. Stitch Fix today. Then we have, I thought Steelcase, that's after the close. I actually thought that was today, so my bad on that. Again, not a bad mover. But then we'll find out about General Mills, and then back in with FedEx, back in with Darden. So we should have some decent names coming through near the end of the week, including a big bellwether, which is, of course, FedEx. So that's going to be pretty cool, pretty interesting right there as we go. My weekend was pretty good, man. I don't know about everybody else's, but we had some big events this weekend, including heading out with the family, checking out some big hockey opportunities. My daughter's first ever game playing rep was really a lot of fun. Oh, this was another thing that I tweeted out earlier as well. Check this out. Gold right now, GLD, and we talked about this right here. Not only do we talk about it today, we talked about this Thursday and Friday with gold trying to break out. Now look, I would have thought that gold would have already broken out. I'm not a big proponent of holding gold, but if you're talking about technicals, here's another one right here. Unusual call volume right now happening in gold. We tweeted that out this afternoon. So that kind of makes sense with some of the talk that we had earlier on as well. There's the sticky note. And a big thank you to everybody. This is what I want to get at the Maple Leafs training facility we were at on the weekend. Here it is right here. This is where the Maple Leafs train. And here's my daughter right into here. She's just doing laps. There's all the Stanley Cups. Hopefully you can add another one. But she just started playing last year and is already on fire. And I actually, it's too bad I can't get iMessages on here. My wife sent me a text from last year when she was playing, and man, what a difference. She didn't even know how to skate. So a shout out to her and to everybody. But hey, it's been an absolutely fantastic show. So let me, now that we have a little bit of time left, let me just go over here. We're going to do roll call, but this time it's going to be stock blitz. All right, we have about 2 minutes left. 1 minute left. Give me a name here. If I recognize you on here and you want to talk about it, I am a very proud papa. That is for damn sure. I got to take one of my kids to soccer tonight, and my daughter looked at, I'm not going to be here Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, and she plays at 7 a.m. an hour away from here each one of those days in a tournament. So I'm going to have to wake up pretty early and do that. Give me a name that you guys want to trade here. What's up to Deez? What's up to Chef Joe? Anything out here you want me to look at? Okay, there it is. Oleg with SoFi. You are the winner there, Oleg, and I'll do 2 for 1 because we said we'd do a member talk as well. So let's talk about Shopify as well. So, all right, let's look at SoFi. All I know about SoFi is with loan repayment happening right now, I think SoFi has a chance to get back up to the upside. But again, we had this huge move off earnings, right? SoFi making dreams come true from $4 all the way to 10, and now starting to fade out again. Look at that 50-period moving average. I'm going to stamp SoFi with a bang because I think you buy this name next time it gets near $8. Why? Again, you're below the 50-period. You have a 200-period support down here at $7. I like this level. You buy it when it gets to 8, and you worry about this little wick bottom there at 7.75. I think SoFi is trading pretty nicely. Today, down 4.3%, giving you closer to that buy opportunity. I'm not buying anything in this space until we get through the Fed, which is only 2 days away now. I like SoFi. Let's see if it can break through that 50-period moving average and get back going. Lots of talk, but SoFi, again, get those young customers into the platform. Then you could start selling them some new ideas. It's kind of something very, very similar to that of Robinhood. And then one last for you guys, Shopify. So Shopify, again, Canada. So shout out to Canada and Shopify. Do I like the space? Not really. I feel like Shopify had seen its best days again. Shopify, a big name coming through with small businesses, opening up websites. But now that you see the IPO market starting to pick up again, does that sort of spark some more interest in people and small businesses? I feel like you'd rather trade the Russell 2000, the IWM, to take advantage of some of those smaller businesses rather than worry about Shopify. Shopify had a great report last time out, but they still failed to break $67 there on the upside. So as you can see, again, I don't know why Shopify, this profile is not loading up there, but if you go into details, you're going to see right here, only a 2.2% short float, nice EPS of 14 cents, so they are reporting. Wait out for post-market November 2nd. That's coming quicker than you think right there, but I like the cash on hand, man, almost $5 billion for Shopify. Problem is, we broke below the 50 period. I'm a buyer of Shopify right down here. $50. I like that level. I think it can hold. We've already dipped down in. Let's give Shopify a couple more minutes to get back down into $50. I didn't get the death warning today, so that was pretty good. Thanks, David, for that one as he puts it out right now. Thank you so much for joining me, man. That was a lot of talk. Next time we'll have the platform ready to rock and roll. And join us all tomorrow again at 8:30. We'll be back live. I'm Sean Katina. Thank you. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and all that fun stuff. We'll be joining you tomorrow. Thanks again for watching. Ciao.